We're here with the demo of Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Now, the Prince of Persia series is one that I fondly remember from back in the day. And I know it's one that has stumbled, but Ubisoft has come back to make sort of a 2D, 2.5D Metroidvania style Prince of Persia to bring the series back. So let's see how it fares. Graphically speaking, so far, again, there's nothing to write home about. It's one that, graphically speaking, will work on any platform that anybody's playing right now, whether it's the PS4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series systems, and more importantly, the Switch. We go through the dialogue here as far as we start to meet our cast of characters as they are looking for the lost prince, Hassan.
The gates to the Simorg temple only open.
So I didn't want to go too fast through this part because one, I wanted to read it to get a semblance of the story. This is my first playthrough of this demo. So all of these are my first time playing, first impressions. I have since played through the demo a few more times and have gotten better at it. So I've sped through a lot of this, and it's actually a game that I am really excited for the full retail release. Brian and I talked about this is one of the games we're looking forward to over on the NRW Checkpoint games we're looking forward to. That link will be down below as well if you're curious to see what our thoughts are. By the time you're watching this, the full retail version of the game should be out. So basic mechanics, jumping, sliding, pairing is really weird. For some reason, my time is always off when it comes to pairing in a lot of these games. I was notoriously horrible at Cuphead, even though that game is absolutely beautiful. But this one is, again, I love the brightness of it. It sets a really good setting. Well, it has a really good setting for the story, the background, the backdrops, and as we go on, we'll see how things get more detailed and more intricate. I don't know why they allow you to talk to people again after you've already talked to them. Maybe there's more there. Maybe I'll go back for another run through to see what's going on. I love this part because I saw that you have the jumping mechanics here and then the dash to find maybe hidden spaces, which you won't see in this run through, but you'll definitely find as you play through the demo yourself. There are hidden passageways and caverns that you can find throughout this demo with a little of exploration off the beaten path. Right, that is so eerie with that.
I'm a warrior, not a seer.
The statue, if it is a statue,
time had stopped.
Just kind of splintered there, hanging in time. Looks like it's some ancient god that was defeated by being held in some sort of suspended animation, like a time warp, or maybe in a time bubble, like Fallen Gallifrey. Now, I wonder if in the full retail release, when you destroy all of these odds and armors that are just on the side, as well as the clay pots, if there'll be items or crystal shards or something like that, because in the demo all of those are empty. So outside of just the pure satisfaction of the destruction, I don't understand why that's even a part of the game.
There's only one way to find out.
Let's go then.
I also wonder if maybe in the full game you will play as some of these different characters. Maybe not at first, but maybe there will be decent DLC down the line where you get to see the story from the perspective of other members of this party. That's if they don't all end up dying. Well, even if they do die during the course of the main story, it'll be interesting to see their perspectives in this story, and also maybe even their movesets as well. I mean, if this doesn't look like y'all in for it, I don't know what says it. Especially with this realization that this is part of the group that went before you, and now this man is dead and rotted, like this corpse has been sitting there for years.
Long dead, judging by the rot.
How is that possible? They left not long before us.
I have to say, I love the character designs. Each character is very distinct. But why is our main character the one who doesn't have full armor? Well, the big strong guy, he doesn't have full armor either, but still.
Stay on your guard. We will find the
They seem like a
prisoner
motley
later.
crew and not necessarily Guardians of the Immortal or whatever they're called. They don't seem like a well-oiled machine
We don't go
in the least
anywhere.
bit.
You'll only slow me down. You're on your own.
Just the character designs alone would make a cool anime. Is there a Prince of Persia anime? If not, this would be very cool. Alright, so of course we all knew they were coming to life. Basic attack buttons, attack, parry, jump, and then you have your dash. I will say that there is some nuance to this, especially working with parry, which I got the handle of in later playthroughs. I have to admit the combat is satisfyingly flashy. I love the acrobatics, being able to kind of juggle your opponents as well as utilizing that dash functionality as well. And this is pretty cool. I don't know how I did this when I did it, but I figured out you have some special attacks. There's a meter down at the lower right hand corner there that you build up your special attack meter, which I'm assuming will come in handy when you get to bosses and those sort of larger creatures that you will encounter during the course of this game. I don't like the fact that it's so linear in this regard. I wanted to really be able to kind of go up into the distance, much like Trek to Yomi, where you did have the sort of 2.5D sort of style, but you can go up and down in the plane or the field of view. So you weren't just stuck to going left to right, up and down, or left to right and jumping up or crouching down. And I really love that aspect of that game. This is, again, it's a Metroidvania sort of game, so I understand why everything else in the background is really just the background setting and you can't really go and visit it. It looks pretty. It makes you want to go and to explore more of that world, but unfortunately it's not something you can do here. Yeah, and I don't know what I was doing here. I was really just finding my footing. I think I was trying to mess with the parry and I was hitting the wrong button. And that's going to come back to bite me in a minute. Because in the upper right hand corner, upper left hand corner, excuse me, you see I have, it's telling me to use my potions to heal, but I'm not paying any attention as my health is slowly draining. And there it is, dwindled away, I am dead, game over, and then you start back at the beginning, which kind of sucks. There is I believe a save point, I believe it's a save point, because I played and then stopped, so I haven't gone back to it. During the course of the game, like a tree of memories or something like that, so I'm assuming that's a save point. I don't know, we shall find out when I boot it back up later on, but it is, a little bit of a pain that you don't start back where you left off at, but again, this is a demo, so that may be different when you get into the full retail version. I'm pretty sure there's save points like a Castlevania Symphony of the Night or something to that effect. But one of the things I don't like about how the characters spawn is they literally spawn out of the ground, where I would think that it would be more effective to the story, more aligned with the story, if the dead that are strewn all over the ground were the ones that actually got up, instead of sort of the black sands are pulling these creatures up out of the very concrete or whatever itself. You see in the background, in the foreground, you have all these dead bodies. Well, these guys just spawn out of the black sand. So I thought that would have been a much better mechanic for animating these enemies. But I'm not a game designer, so I don't know what's easier or harder to do. See again, those clay pots there to break, but there's nothing in them. I love the acrobatics on this. More so, I love the aspect of the pinpoint accuracy, as you'll see once I jump up with the arrow. So there's no sort of second guessing as to where you're going to go once you jump off. That I really loved. See, just kind of getting my footing on this. Like with this, I want to go up into the area, but I can't. It's a bit frustrating because it looks so beautiful. It looks like something I definitely want to explore. Get standard Metroidvania sort of thing. I think that this was a really good look for Ubisoft to reintroduce the franchise as a Metroidvania. They could literally start 2 different Prince of Persia franchises from this game. They can go back to that 3D third-person game that really brought the series into prominence in the 360 and PS4 eras, PS3 eras. But I think this is something that they could really continue to utilize and push the character and the gameplay to different heights, especially with the popularity of the Metroidvania genre. And it's also, again, a good way of reintroducing fans to this series, because I don't think we even had a Prince of Persia game proper in the last generation. I don't think we've gotten a new Prince of Persia game since the Xbox 360 era. I think. I may be wrong. But yeah, I don't think we got a proper Prince of Persia game last generation. Yeah, I think I die here, if I remember correctly. No, I don't die here. Okay. I thought I did. The bow and arrow is sweet. And at least in the demo, ammo is plentiful. And I learned later on I could just go straight up instead of trying to bounce on the wall to get to this platform. So that's something you can do. I go straight through the platform. So with this, I just went up and continued to go right. Breaking more clay pots with nothing in them. Yeah, I think this is where I die. Yeah, the Mad Bomber. Now, this is where parrying really comes in, will really come in handy. And I learned that later on, and yeah, I died again. And we're going to start back all the way back at the beginning of this stage. Yeah, and this is where, you know, I get a little bit of a handle on the bow. That man is running. He's like coming after me. I really love this dash functionality. It is such a cool mechanic. So there's your character, and that's where he's equipped. I like the menu as well. It's very easy to navigate. But that's it for Prince of Persia, The Last Crown, or The Lost Crown, I should say.